Hello YouTube, thank you for coming back to my channel. Today I'm working on something for my daughters for Christmas, and this is going to be something for them to, they love Lego, so it's something for them to play with their Lego on, build all the things that they love to build. So this idea I got off of online. There's a lot of Lego forums out there, and a lot of the Lego DIYers are making some cool things, just crazy ideas and some neat things that they're putting together for their kids and even for themselves. So this is something that I like the idea of, and I went ahead and put one together to see how it would come out, and I think it came out pretty good, and I know my daughters are going to love it. So just to give a little bit of information, so these are Lego plate sets, and they come in a pack of 4. So I picked up the colors for my daughter, so I went with the pinks and the purples. I got them off Amazon, and I think they were on sale. So I think the pack was like $20 something for these, and they're from a company named Bricks, and they are compatible with the regular Lego sets that you can get at your local stores, department stores, Walmart, toy stores. So let me just see if I can grab the package here. So this is the package, and these are the 10-inch by 10-inch. So it's called Strictly Bricks, and this is a 4-pack. So for this project, you need, depending on how many tables you're going to be making, so I'm making actually 4 tables, and so I needed 4 packs of those, so 16 of these plates altogether, so 4 on each table. And so basically, just to give an idea, so this also has a little cool sliding bin for their Lego pieces to go into that they're not using, and you can just slide it right underneath there, and it's basically held on by some tracks underneath there that are glued. So everything is glued with a hot glue gun, but not a glue gun that you would use for like simple crafts. I have more of a little more of a heavy-duty glue gun, I would say. It gets quite hot and melts the glue so that it adheres to many different type of materials. So anyways, this is one of the finished products, but I'll show you guys how I'm going to be doing this. Here's just a second one. I haven't put the legs on this table yet, but just to give you an idea, these are basically, I put these on, and I'll explain it when I'm doing one of these, are just to keep everything together so that nothing separates during the process of gluing it and letting it sit for about 10 minutes so that everything is cool. Because once you put the hot glue underneath here, it's very hot, and it could be shifting or expanding. So as soon as you put the glue down, you want to push these little pieces in place to hold everything together. That's why those are there. So that's just one table I worked on. And then this is another table that I'm just finishing up before I start a fresh one that I'm going to be showing you guys. So this one's been glued, and everything is kind of cooled down, so I can just let this sit for a little bit, and then I can take these blocks off. This is the glue gun that I'm using. It's a Sears Craftsman glue gun, and it has the hot melt glue sticks. specs there. 120 volt, 17 watt. So these are bigger glue sticks. They're not the ones, I wouldn't use the ones that you get from any dollar store or small little craft glue gun. I would get something a little bit more heavy duty. I know that a lot of different people are using, there's many different products for gluing these down. So you may want, you can look into different options. But I just went with a heavy duty glue gun. I don't know how it's going to hold up over when they start using it over the next few weeks. I will actually give an update if they do hold down. If they don't, then I'm going to have to use something more stronger, maybe some PL Premium, or something more heavy duty to hold the plates down. But right now, like, it's not, I'm trying to flick it up and it's not coming up, so that's a good thing. But you know, kids, they may pull on it and they may pull up these pieces and it may just come up. I don't know yet until they get their hands on it and start playing with it. So I can provide an update on that. But again, I'm just using hot glue with a heavy duty glue gun, and everything seems to be sticking good so far. Okay, so let me get a new table here, and we'll start with the how to put everything together. Okay, so I have a brand new table here. So you can see this is just a white table. It has the 4 legs, it's the hardware that it comes with, and it's just a simple, you know, you put the screw in. There's holes on the other side. I think you can see them because they're covered, but there's holes there, and you simply thread a screw in there, and then you just put them into the holes on each of the 4 corners. Okay, so this is the IKEA Lack side table, and it's very cheap, inexpensive. It's like $15 for it. So for one table, price wise, you're looking at like $15 for the table. The 4-pack of Lego plates, you're looking at maybe 20 to 25. And then the bin is $10. So just maybe around 50 bucks for the table. That's about it. That's really all you need, is just the plates, the table, some glue, and the bin. And then they have tracks that you can either get from IKEA when you purchase the table, or you can order them online and get them sent to you. I'll show you those tracks as well. Okay, so this is, I've taken this out of the plastic, and I just do a quick little wipe down, make sure there's no dust on it so that the glue doesn't have any problem sticking. And these are the plates. So I just set them up. Let's see here. So just set them up like that. Right. And we just also, a good idea is to make sure that they're all in line. Make sure that each of the sides are somewhat straight. I mean, I'm not going to go and measure anything right now, but I'll just go by my eye and make sure that everything looks like it's about the same distance. All the sides look about the same. And they look straight. And then once I'm happy with how it looks, I have my glue gun, so I'm going to be Getting my glue gun ready. It's got to heat up a little bit. And then after it heats up, we'll be gluing these plates down. Also, I'm going to be getting some of these Lego pieces to put them in place once I start gluing these down to hold the plates together. And that will keep everything straight and together so nothing shifts out of place. Okay, so that's how it's going to be set up. This is my 4th table done, so 2 of them I've kind of interchanged the colors. I had one purple, this one here would be over here, this one would be over there, and then so I kind of switched the pink so that the 2 tables are different, not the same setup. So this one's going to be purple, light pink, and then hot pink or dark pink, and the darker purple. Okay, so we'll wait for the glue gun to heat up, and then we will show you how I'm gluing these down. Okay, so my glue gun is heated up. I'm going to get a glue stick ready here to put in here because I'm getting kind of low on my glue here. So what I'll do is, also you want to make sure that since these are they're not glued together yet, but you want to keep them as kind of the same position. Try not to move anything, but also make sure that your 4 points here of each corner are exactly centered before you start gluing everything, and make sure that all your sides are even. So what I'll do is I'll just carefully slide this piece out, and on these plates you'll see that the corners, I guess you could use double-sided tape. They kind of have these little cluster of circles here. All the rest of them are spaced out, but all the points here I think are for tape. So you could see that there's a cluster of them there, there's a cluster of them there, another cluster of them there. So these are all points for putting either your double-sided tape or your glue. So I happen to put glue in all of these corners, in the center and those corners. I put a good amount of glue and then turn it upside down, stick it. So let's start here. Since my glue is hot, I'm going to start over here. I'm gonna put, so you can see the glue is like steaming. Put some here. Get some glue ready in my glue gun. Put some on this corner. Put some on this corner. Push the glue down a little bit. Put some over here. Just add a little bit more. So I use a good amount of glue. And what we're going to do is we're going to flip it, and we're going to be careful. And we're going to place this right there. And we're going to hold down in place and let the glue set. And I have a little bit here that I'm going to try to get off before it dries. Okay. And we're just going to hold that in place. It's very hot. You can feel it underneath. And that's pretty much it. So we'll hold this down for a few minutes because the glue is very hot still. That means it's still in its liquid state probably. And once it cools down, it will adhere better and stick. So it's pretty much sticking now, but it's still, I could feel underneath these points that it's very hot. It's not melting the plastic, but it's very hot. So I'm just going to keep pressure on these and for a couple minutes. Okay, so I've held this one down for about a minute or so, and it's cooled down, so it's pretty much glued in there. So now we're going to move on to this piece here. And the good thing about that is this is already in place, so I know that I can butt it up to this and it won't move. This one is still not glued down yet, but I can make sure that everything matches up by making sure that it's in line here as well. So let's get the glue ready, and again I'm going to put it on these 5 points here. So let's put some here, put some in the middle, some on this corner, and that corner. That should be pretty good. And we will turn it upside down into position here. And so from here, what we're going to do, we're going to make sure that it's in line. We're going to get some of our Lego, and just to make sure that it's all lined up and it holds it together. Put a couple pieces of Lego there while we hold it down. So these Lego here will join these two pieces together and keep them tight, so that this line here, there's no separation here. So put those on as soon as you put your second piece on, and you're gonna pushing on all these the four corners, and in the middle where I put the glue, and I'm gonna hold it there for a minute or two until the glue starts cooling down. I can feel it still hot underneath my fingers, so that should be in place. And because everything is lined up, this should be lined up at the top here. It's lined up down here at the bottom. So you're going to want to use those as a little helper and a little guide, so that you know that everything's lined up. Okay, so I will hold this down for a minute or two, and we'll go to the next section. So also what I'll do is I'll put some Lego pieces on this one so that it stays in place, even though it's not glued down yet, so that when I move this one now, and I can both this is going to be, it won't move now because it's now joined here, and this one. So this one I know I could just push right in here and it will be in line with everything else. Okay, so we'll get to that once I finish holding this down for a minute. Okay, so this one is now in place. Everything is joined with these Lego pieces. I can take this piece out now, and we will get some glue ready. Glue is hot, and we'll go on those 4 corners again. Start here. Get some glue ready in here. Go in the middle. Go on this side. You can see it's steaming, so it's very hot. Glue needs to be pushed in a little bit. Here. Push the glue down a little bit. And over there. A little bit more. Should be good. Okay, let's turn this upside down. Stick it right in here. And push it in place. And let's get our Lego. We'll join it here. Another one, we'll join it over here. And we could join it here too, just because this one's, then we'll take them off. Okay, and I'm going to hold that in place for a couple minutes until it cools, sets in place. Okay, so we're ready to do the last one here. These 3 are now glued in place. I'm going to take these 2 pieces off. I'm just going to hold down on this one here since it was just done, but it's not fully. Take those off. I can take this piece out, and we can glue those corners. Make sure I have an extra piece of glue here because it goes down pretty quickly while I'm working. So here. Glue. One there. Some there. There. Okay, should be good. Let's turn this, and we can just butt it up to all the sections. You gotta butt them up. All the corners are all butted together. Let's get these Lego pieces in place. Okay. Okay, so everything will hold in place. And we will hold this down. Make sure these are all joined together so that all your plates are lined up properly and there's no gaps. And we will hold that down for a couple minutes. So that will be the last piece. Okay, so we are all done. All the corners of each plate are glued down and everything's holding in place. I'll leave these Lego pieces on right now just for about 10 minutes maybe, so that nothing separates while the glue is completely cured or cooled down, so that it just holds everything together. But that's pretty much it. It's pretty simple. The next step is basically gluing the tracks to the bottom for the bin. So I will put this table aside. I will get one that I already finished about 20 minutes ago, since it will be all cooled, and we'll put the tracks in place with the bin and show you how that goes together. Okay, so we have a table here that I finished about 20 minutes ago. So I can take all these off. Okay, so what we're going to do is we're going to flip this table over. Whoops. So we have a little problem. This one didn't hold. The glue all set. It didn't stick to the table. So there we go. So the glue gun, I mean, we may need something a bit different now. So yeah, we ran into our first problem. So I'll have to find a different type of glue to use for that, so we can look at that at a later time. But what I'll do is I'll work on the track for now. So these are the tracks from IKEA, and this is the bin. So with the tracks, these will fit like that, and the bin will slide. So we want to make sure that piece here, there's the bottom, so make sure these are in line properly. And I basically keep this edge here and this edge probably about ½ inch from, I don't put it right to the end here, so move it back about ½ inch. Make sure that they're tight up against the bin, and you want it to be approximately in the center of your table. So I'm just eyeing everything. This doesn't have to be a perfect project for me. You know, it's this is going to be underneath the table, so nobody's really going to see it, but that looks pretty good to me. Again, they're about ½ inch back, these little white pieces from the end of the table. good, that looks good. So from there, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to grab a pencil and we are going to mark down here and mark on the other side down here, and then I'll know where to put tracks when I'm gluing them down. So if we hold that in place, let's put a pencil line on that side, pencil line. Down on that side. Okay, so once, and I can just mark it here where I'm going to be stopping with the end of the track. So let's take this off. So each track is going to go here, and the other one's going to go right here. Okay. We'll use our pencil lines as a guide, and we'll get the glue gun set up and we'll glue those down. Okay, so our glue gun is now heated up, and we're going to make sure that, so our tracks, I want to make sure that the open part here is on the inside, and I'm putting them in a way that these two ends are more open. The reason I'm doing that is because the glue I'm using, again, we have some trial and error here. The glue, if it's not strong enough to hold up this bin when all the Lego is in there, what I'm going to do is I'm probably going to drill a hole here, because now I have a space here and I have this little space right here, and I'm going to drill 2 threaded screws just to hold into the table. So if I were to glue it this side, then I don't have any lip. I don't have a lip here to hold anything onto. So if I flip it around, I have a lip here, a little bit of an extra space that I can drill right here and drill right here and put a screw in here and put a screw in here. So that's what I'm going to do for this. I'm going to situate it so that this part is open and this part is open. So let's go ahead and put some glue here. Okay. We're going to keep it in line with our pencil mark here. And that looks good. And we'll just hold it in place. I have it in line here, about 1/2 inch away from the corner. And have it lined up with my pencil line. So yeah, a little bit of trial and error with the plates, so we're gonna have to go back to some sort of maybe an epoxy type of epoxy or a type of cement glue that might be a little bit stronger. So at least you got to see something live. Not live, it's going to be going on YouTube recorded, but in my demonstration, that I guess some of these glue sticks are not as good as they don't, I mean, it's a strong glue, but plastics, some of these glues don't work very well, so epoxy might be a better option. Okay, so that's pretty good. Let's get this one on. So again, I'm going to have the lip and make sure that my track is on the inside. Keep the 2 lips on the outside, and I'm going to line it up with my pencil marking that I put there already. Put some glue. Okay, got some glue there. Oops. Line it up. Clean it up. Turn it down a little bit. Oh, it's strong. Dried really quick. Okay, so we're going to hold that in place. And we hope that these will hold better than the plates so that the bins will, these will hold onto the table while the bins are full of Lego. But again, as I was showing there, I'm going to be drilling some little tiny threaded screws into the open area lip there of the track to hold them in place. So just an added, keep it more secure, just an added way to keep it more secure. This doesn't take long to dry, so that should be pretty good. Okay, so that's dry. So I was off a little bit here for where my line was, but it dried so quickly that I wasn't able to slide it back down so quick. So that's okay for now. Okay, so those are in place. We can take our bin, and you should be able to slide it right in there. Okay, and that's it. So that will hold. It's got some room here too, so you don't want your bin sticking out. You can push it back a little bit. That's why I push these back a little bit so that the bin's not sitting at the edge of the table there. Okay, and that's pretty much it. So again, we had a little bit of a issue with the plates right now, but I'm gonna try to update you guys on a different type of glue, maybe a cement or an epoxy. But these are holding, like, they're not moving. I'm wiggling that pretty good and it's not moving, so maybe there's an issue with the plastic on the plates and the smooth surface of the table. But these are okay for now. So a little bit of a long video, but wanted to show you all the steps that I took to make these. And this is like what the end result looks like. So the legs on, the bin underneath, slide in and slide out. Okay, thank you so much for watching my video. Please like and subscribe. Any questions, just put in the comments. Thank you.